afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. It's now up to Governor Kristi Noem whether to approve a state sales tax reduction as well as the state budget. Last night, the Senate and House approved lowering the tax rate from 4.5% to 4.2%. It's expected to save South Dakotans $104 million. The governor's office has summarized the tax cut as saving 30 cents on every $100. The reduction would expire in 2027.
The question now is whether Governor Noem will allow it to become law. She could sign it, let it become law without her signature, or veto it. Noem has been critical of lawmakers for not passing her grocery sales tax repeal. In her weekly column, she spoke about the tax cut compromise, saying that lawmakers decided on a temporary tax holiday rather than a permanent tax cut.
Also in her column, the governor was critical of the budget that lawmakers passed. She says she believes the budget she presented in December is the best option. The legislature approved a $7.4 billion budget for the new fiscal year that starts on July 1st. That's higher than the original proposal from Governor Noem of $7.2 billion. The plan approved by the legislature includes increases for public schools and universities, government employees, and healthcare providers.
Well, speaking of all these percentages, sounds like we have a chance for some snow again tonight and tomorrow.
At least we got a little bit of a break today, Megan.
Yes, Kelly, we did, and we're going to watch that next system as it comes in, starting as a rain and snow mix in central South Dakota. Could create some icy conditions. Right now, though, only 31 in Sioux Falls with plenty of cloud cover. Winds are light for now. Those winds will pick up as we head through tonight. Aberdeen at 30 this afternoon, southeast winds at 10 miles an hour. Mobridge is one of the areas we've been watching these snow showers this afternoon, right now at 28 degrees. Southeast winds at 28 miles an hour. And in Rapid City, 26 with plenty of cloud cover, south winds at 10. And like I said, those winds are slowly picking up. In the last hour, we've seen wind gusts nearing 30 miles an hour or more. Pine Ridge this afternoon had a wind gust of 52, 46 miles an hour in Faith, and that will continue through Sunday. For tonight, though, we do have a wind advisory in northwestern South Dakota where we could see those gusts up to 50. Wyoming does have a high wind warning for gusts nearing 60. A lot of us are in a winter weather advisory, light amount of snow, but a lot of blowing snow and icing is possible with this system. Here's a look at some of our forecast totals. Along the James River Valley, we could see an inch or two, and then those higher amounts as we head to the north and east, 2 to 4 in Watertown and Brookings, and 3 to 6 in Sisseton. But for tonight, that rain and snow will start in central South Dakota, move to the north and east, 26 in Sioux Falls, 22 in Aberdeen, 28 in Pierre, and 25 in Rapid City. And then for tomorrow, that wind will be strong and will keep those colder temperatures, 35 in Sioux Falls and Aberdeen, 39 in Pierre, and mostly sunny, and 45 in Rapid City. And we're watching ahead to the middle of next week where we could see even warmer temperatures.
All right. Thanks a lot, Megan. A 24-year-old rape suspect is behind bars in the Pennington County Jail. 1 week ago today, the sheriff's office tweeted that they were looking for Mondre Adams. He was booked into jail yesterday and made his first court appearance this afternoon. According to court documents, the charges stem from an incident last April. The victim told police she was raped in an area just east of downtown. A Nebraska man with a U.S. Marshal warrant is in custody in Rapid City. Last night, police pulled over a vehicle with expired and altered registration. The officer says they also found an altered rifle inside the vehicle. Authorities say the driver, 38-year-old Joaquin Cervantes, is on federal probation with an active U.S. Marshal's warrant. 2 other passengers, Cynthia Dorian and Melanie Maximo, were also arrested on warrants. Police say Maximo also had meth on her.
With the opioid crisis gripping the nation, some people want schools to stock up on a life-saving medicine. Minnesota lawmakers could require districts to have a drug that can reverse overdoses. Caroline Cummings with our CBS affiliate has the story.
In December, WCCO took you inside Bloomington Public Schools, a district that's leading the way in Minnesota with its supply of opioid overdose reversal drug naloxone to save a student's life in an emergency. Narcan is the nasal spray version.
It was a proactive measure.
Thursday at the Capitol,
The ayes have it. This will move on to HHS.
a Senate committee advanced a bill requiring all Minnesota public schools keep a supply of Narcan on hand like Bloomington. The state's education department would reimburse districts for the cost.
It is what brings me here to be with you today.
Colleen Ronnie, founder of Change the Outcome, has been pushing for this for years. Ever since her son Luke died of an overdose, she works with schools to educate students about the dangers of opioid use, now that the highly potent illicit fentanyl is fueling a national crisis.
We do not have an epidemic of heart attacks, yet we require all public schools in Minnesota to have an operational AED on school grounds at all times.
State data show the number of hospital visits for non-fatal overdoses among school-aged children tripled from 2016 to 2021. 10 states require schools have naloxone policies. A majority of states have statewide standing orders allowing a supply of naloxone without a patient-specific prescription. Minnesota does not, but 2 FDA panels recently recommended that the opioid overdose reversal drug be available over the counter.
All the things we try to do in this chamber, this might be the most noble thing that comes out of this session.
That was Caroline Cummings reporting from Minnesota. The Narcan in schools bill is moving on to another Senate committee. A House panel approved the legislation to boost funding for distribution of Narcan kits. In South Dakota, Governor Noem just signed a bill into law allowing employers to make opioid antagonists like naloxone available at their business. The law also provides training for employees on how to administer an opioid antagonist.
The new Sioux Falls city attorney may be a familiar face. Mayor Paul Tenhagen appointed Dave Fifely to the position. He previously served as the city attorney from 2010 to 2017. Since then, Fifely has served as the executive director of the South Dakota Public Assurance Alliance. The appointment requires the advice and consent of the City Council, which will be presented for approval at the March 21st meeting.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is the latest potential president candidate to visit Iowa. DeSantis made stops in Davenport and Des Moines in support of his new book. He has yet to officially announce a run for presidency. Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds also appeared with DeSantis at an event in the Iowa State Fairgrounds. And during his visit in Davenport, DeSantis criticized Dr. Anthony Fauci and other political leaders for implementing lockdowns and mandating vaccines.
And I'm just proud to say that when during COVID the world lost its mind, when common sense suddenly became an uncommon virtue, the state of Florida stood as a refuge of sanity. We were a citadel of freedom for people all over this country and even around the world at the time.
DeSantis' visit coincides with a trip to Iowa by former United Nations Ambassador Nikki Haley, who announced her 2024 candidacy last month.